Another Realm Studio, and I am back. A little bit late. I I turned on my computer and waited and waited and waited, and it's just everything was so slow. So it just didn't want to boot up for a little bit. But I think we're in fairly good shape where we are with the story. Oh well, with the book. Um, this is where we were when we left off. Come on. Load the file. There's a cat. Rue, I'm doing an art stream. I'm not going to get up and go turn on water for you somewhere. Okay, so this picture is nearly done. The part that I was worried about the most was the water, and I think that the creek has turned out really well. So I'm pretty happy with this. So now I said that last time I said that yes, Rue, I have an orange cat here. Right. So last time I said that I wanted to do some piebald deer and that I used to have reference pictures and I can't find them anymore. Nah, it is what it is. So today I cheated just maybe a tiny little bit, and I found uh, a post that Connie had made to TikTok and had cross posted to Instagram, and I'm going to use that. Right. So this one here, layer 2. I'm going to label this. This is the sketch layer. Yes, Rue, you can't get on my lap. Alright, so let's turn on our sketch layer. We will find a sketch color, and the last picture that I had that had Connie in it, I had just straight up traced. But this one I think I'm going to try drawing just from reference with it open on my tablet. And if you follow Connie on Instagram or on TikTok, you can guess which picture I'm using, because I don't have it ready to download from as a reference to show on this screen. I tried to get a good still shot. You know how hard it is to get a flattering picture from a still of a video. This is always a little bit tricky because she's looking down a little bit here. But also leaning forward a bit. Okay, I'm getting caught up in details before I'm roughing out the frame. That's not good. That's a terrible habit. I need to stop doing that. So I know the shoulders are here. The arms are here. She's reaching forward. Oh yes, and this is something that I need to practice here on the foreshortening of the arm. So let's see. And you know, the hand will seem bigger as it's closer. And that's something that I really needed to practice. You know, this particular kind of perspective, and I want to see how I do with it. Before pulling the reference picture and tracing it to check my work. So we'll see how this goes. Um, hmm. But at this rate, I'm gonna run out of room on the page. So I'm gonna have to select all this, move it up, and work a little smaller. Oh, forgot to change back to the pencil. Hmm. Okay, I think I've got this going a little bit large. So I got a good question earlier today. Um, what age group is the children's book going to be for? And, well, one of the reasons it's a good question is because it's hard to answer. Um, my sense of how old children should be when they read is a little bit skewed. I was an early reader, and my son was an early reader. My daughter, she was kind of on the conventional timeline, but now she reads more than my son does. So that just blew apart all my theories. But I really thought that this would be like the classic children's picture book. The age range that you always think of. And that seems to be about 5 to 8. Old enough to be reading a little bit on their own, but a book that the parents will not mind reading repeatedly. I should I should hope that I have high rereadability with this book. Um, I tend to memorize books very quickly, so a lot of like the Dr. Seuss type books were a little bit maddening on the 500th repetition. So I don't want to do that. Uh, I don't really consider myself particularly talented in rhyming things, for no other reason than to have words that rhyme. So I'm I'm not going to be doing that. I will not subject you all to uh, awful poetry, Bogon poetry. Um, but what I want to do is tell the true stories about Magnolia Phone Rescue and um, in a way that's, gentle enough for kids to understand because there are times when it can be a heavy topic. Connie has a lot to deal with. Um, let's see. Connie is so much prettier than this. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work. Oh, tablet shut off for a second there. Now this perspective on her right arm is going to be tricky, you know? Because I am pretty much having to eyeball it. But I'll come back over here and trace it later and make sure it's not too wonky. But this is the case of a couple of piebald twins that were abandoned at a wedding venue, I think. And one of these might be the one that did not ultimately make it. Um, due to the deformities and, the internal issues that piebald deer sometimes have. It's not just that they have pretty speckled coats. Um, they are also prone to dwarfism and twisted legs. Um, and with the dwarfism, it's not simply that they're short. Um, all their internal organs are kind of crammed into a smaller space than they ought to be. And a lot of times she'll get one in that has an overbite or an underbite that can be severe enough to prevent it from nursing. So if it can't take the bottle, then it has to be tube fed. So there's really a lot of work that goes into saving these deer, and it's just they deserve a chance. Every life is precious. And, it's just the piebalds can't be released usually um, since they need so much treatment. So even if Connie does get their legs straightened out, in the process, she's had to imprint them on humans so that they could be treated. So she has a sanctuary for them to stay in. So they have a lovely forever home with a herd of other deer like them. Some that used to be pets, some that are piebalds and uh, have too many health needs to survive in the wild. some are surrendered to the shelter from people who uh, realize that the fawn that they were saving and raising is now too big to keep in the house and thinks that they're part of its herd. Let's see. So the other thing I want to do here is put in the background a bit. So here Connie's sitting on the floor in her kitchen. Hmm. Come to think of it, this is not the precise layout of Connie's kitchen. But I guess it's pretty close. Let's see, and huh. I think what I ought to do with it is nope, 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 I can't do that. Okay, lasso tool. So I think what I ought to do is select all this and tilt it back a bit with the perspective tool. Because I've drawn the cabinetry straight on, and uh, in this picture, Connie is not. So let's take a look at what we can do perspective wise. That's just side to side. Cancel that. Alright. Is it skew then? Why is that just side to side? Cancel that. Let's go back. I don't use these a whole lot. Let's try perspective again. That goes that way. Okay, here we go. I can tilt it backwards a little bit. Maybe not that much. So I was right the first time on the perspective tool. It just didn't catch, I guess, for a little bit. Maybe not lean back so far. Okay, that should be good. And patch it up once it saves. Alright, there it goes. So this isn't exactly following the background in the reference currently. But I think it works. Alright, so that's about an hour of work on it tonight. Um, Again, I'm a little bit tired. I wasn't able to explain very much about the art process or anything this time. Uh, so I'll see what I can do about parking up a little bit tomorrow and finishing up these cute little foam. So these are going to be the piebalds. This one over here to the left is a more white patterned one, and the other one looks almost like it has a regular coat pattern, um, except everywhere there's white, there's just more. And also, it's bigger than the other one, although they seem to be the same age. Because I think the story on these was that they were twins that were found wandering, that they couldn't, either they couldn't keep up with their mother, or, yeah, due to the leg deformities, or uh, something may have happened to her before she could get back to them. But Connie works so hard every day, taking care of, we're coming up on over 80 deer now, I think, although she hasn't even had time to count recently. So she works so hard, not only taking care of all these deer, but also doing all the social media posting and educating the public about, what to do if you find a deer and you don't know if it's orphaned or not, um, how you can tell, and also classes for volunteers and for uh, people who want to learn how to rehab deer. So she's working so hard, and I just want to. I just want her to have something that does not require even more effort on her part. Um, so that's one of the reasons that I'm making the children's book. You know, it's a it'll be a good beginning primer to what to do if you find a lost phone. Um, and also it'll be educational. It'll be good for both kids and adults to learn what really goes into rescuing and rehabilitating a fawn. So this is uh, it's really sketchy, but I tend to warm up well and uh, do better on the paint. So be looking forward to that. Yeah, if nothing happens, tomorrow again at 8. I'll see you then. Good night.